What's up, it's Dominic here for Obligatory, giving you an overview of the new releases ending in the week of Friday, May 19th. Diving right into the albums for this week, KAYTRANADA and Aminé link up as KAYTRAMINÉ for their first collaborative project of the same name, giving us a glimpse of summer a bit early. This 11-track project also features collaborations with Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, Aminé, and Snoop Dogg. On a very different front, but sticking with the theme of collabs, we have Reflections by Sufjan Stevens, Timo Andres, and Conor Hanick. Reflections is a score originally written by Stevens for Justin Peck's ballet of the same name, and it was originally commissioned and performed by the Houston Ballet in 2019. This studio release with Andres and Hanick sees them offering a lively interpretation on the score. Sharc and Pierre Bourne team up again for Sharc's second album, Sharc Wave. After founding his own label with Sauce House, Bourne signed Sharc and lent production to the Atlanta rapper's first album, 2021's 47 Meters Down, making this the second collaborative effort between the two. New York by way of Texas bedroom pop, indie pop artist Hannah Jadagu released her debut album Aperture on Sub Pop this week. Years in the making, Jadagu's debut encompasses a wide range of sounds from indie rock and indie pop to R&B and more. Melbourne, Australia's The Murlocs sink their teeth into blues rock on their 7th album, Calm Ya Farm, which is out now on ATO Records. While they are different stylistically, it's worth noting that 2 of the band's 5 members are also members of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, so fans of that band might want to check this one out as well. Griselda Records continues to attract grimy MCs with the release of Estee Nack's Nacksaw Jim Duggan. Nack has a ton of collabs, mixtapes, and features under his belt, but Nacksaw Jim Duggan is considered to be his debut album and is curated by none other than Griselda Records' West Side Gun. End of Everything is the 7th album from Megabog, an experimental pop ensemble led by Erin Elizabeth Burgee. Centered around pianos and synths, End of Everything is driven by the contrast that is created by its beautiful instrumentals and the dark, personal, and sometimes apocalyptic lyrics. End of Everything is out now via the record label Mexican Summer. The 4-piece of Mandy, Indiana, who are actually from Manchester, UK, just released their debut album I've Seen Away through Fire Talk Records. I've Seen Away takes the EBM and industrial elements that set the foundation of their 2021 EP and expands them into the dense, noisy, and synth-driven debut that is I've Seen Away. Evoking the sounds of early post-hardcore, add Gumm's debut album Slogan Machine to the list of notable hardcore releases this year. Slogan Machine is out now via Convulse Records, marking the 7th release from the DIY label out of Colorado that any and all fans of hardcore should be paying attention to. And another debut album that dropped this week, we have Brooklyn's Foyer Red releasing Yarn the Hours Away on Car Park Records. Yarn the Hours Away is a collection of short stories set to a backdrop of zany indie rock and all sorts of avant-garde pop styling. Electronic DJ and producer Daniel Avery just released More Truth, which is a 7-track EP featuring some new singles, B-sides, and bonus material to complement 2022's Ultra Truth. More Truth comes by way of Fantasy Sound and Mute Records. Heartbreak Rules by Horse Jumper of Love is mostly the work of frontman Dimitri Giannopoulos, who wrote and recorded this EP/mini album on his own. Nevertheless, Heartbreak Rules is definitely still a Horse Jumper of Love project, albeit a sparse, minimalistic version that places much more emphasis on its songwriting in comparison to the fuzzy slowcore the band usually puts out. Heartbreak Rules is out now via Run for Cover Records. My Eyes Brother is the latest EP from Brighton's Opus Kink, which is out now via Nice Swan Records. Call it art punk, post-punk, new wave, jazz punk, or anything of the sort, the 7 tracks on this EP make it easy to see why this band has built a strong reputation for having energetic and chaotic live shows. While there are several other albums, EPs, and the like to be released this week, those are all of the ones that we are going to highlight for now. If you want to see the full list, you can look on your screen right now or head over to our socials to see the full list that we compiled. Moving on to some of the singles released in the past week, we have a new track from Bad Bunny titled Where She Goes, in which the Puerto Rican artist plays around a bit with EDM, combining elements of Jersey Club with Dembo. The single comes alongside a star-studded music video that has appearances by Frank Ocean, Lil Uzi Vert, and Dominic Fike. Post Malone just announced a new album alongside a bittersweet alt-pop single titled Morning. In a statement released ahead of the album, Post Malone said his new album contains, quote, some of the funnest music and some of the most challenging and rewarding music of his career thus far. That album, which is titled Austin, is set to release July 28th on Republic Records. Lana Del Rey just gave an official release to the track Say Yes to Heaven. The song was originally written in 2012 and recorded around the time she was working on her album Ultraviolence. Its release comes after a sped-up version, which was also released alongside the original version, went viral on TikTok. Britpop pioneers Blur announced their first new album in 8 years with the lead single The Narcissist. Drummer Dave Roundtree told Rolling Stone that, quote, it always feels very natural to make music together. With every record we do, the process reveals something new and we develop as a band. We don't take that for granted. Blur's new album, The Ballad of Darren, comes out July 21st through Parlophone Records. No Worries, the duo of Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, just shared their first song of 2023 titled Daydreaming. Daydreaming is part of an upcoming album that we expect to get sometime this year via record label Stone's Throw, but a release date has yet to be announced. Alongside this hazy, soulful jam, we have an interesting music video that was made within Grand Theft Auto 5 and actually serves as Knowledge's directorial debut. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard revisit metal with the new track Gila Monster. Somewhat reminiscent of the thrash metal sound heard on 2019's Infest the Rat's Nest, Gila Monster is the first single from the band's upcoming 24th album. Petrodragonic Apocalypse or Dawn of Eternal Night, an annihilation of planet Earth and the beginning of merciless damnation will be out June 16th. King Cruel is set to release his new album Space Heavy in about 3 weeks from now, and we just got what is presumably the last single until its June 9th release. With a bit of a slow core feel to it, the track If Only It Was Warmth is out now via XL Recordings and Matador Records. Saw Baby just released a new single titled Lost All My Feelings. This is the second single this year from the Atlanta rapper following the release of How About You back in late January. Genesis Owusu had one of the best debut albums of 2021 and just announced his sophomore album with the release of lead single Leaving the Light. Leaving the Light is fairly similar to the standalone single Get Inspired that Owusu put out in October of last year, with a fusion of post-punk, pop, and hip-hop just absolutely brimming with energy. Genesis Owusu's second album, Struggler, is out August 18th via Ourness/AWOL. For some moody, guitar-driven indie rock, we have the new single from Bully titled Change Your Mind. Bully's new album, Lucky For You, is out June 23rd on Sub Pop. DC-based Origami Angel just released their second track of 2023 with the song My PG County Summer, which is a synthy power pop track that'll be part of an upcoming mixtape titled The Brightest Days. The Brightest Days will be available June 16th through Counterintuitive Records. Shoegaze band Bedroom out of Hull in the UK just shared the song Pulling Stitches, which is the third single from their upcoming album I Don't Know, which is due to be released June 30th and will be available via Rock Action Records. More shoegaze, this time out of Austin, Texas. The band Holy Wave just announced their new album Five of Cups with the release of single Happier, which features Estrella del Sol of Mintfield. Five of Cups will be out August 4th via Suicide Squeeze Records. Nashville garage punk's Snooper just released a new single titled Fitness, which is a re-recording / new take on a track featured on their 2021 self-titled EP. This new version of the song is just as punchy and energetic as the original, but has a much more crisp and even louder sound to it. The band's debut album Super Snooper comes out July 14th via Third Man Records. San Francisco indie rockers Pardoner just released their second single from their upcoming album Peace Loving People with the new song My Wagon. The full album is out June 23rd via Bar None Records. Massachusetts post-punk band Landowner just released the frenetic single Witch Museum, which serves as the lead single for their new album Escape the Compound. That album is out July 21st via Bourne Yesterday Records. And that does it for this week. We didn't cover everything, so take a look at your screen now or check out our socials if you want to see the full list of new releases we put together. Otherwise, we are currently polling for albums by Chance the Rapper, New Order, Beach House, and Playboi Carti. If any of those artists are of any interest to you, whether you love them, hate them, or anywhere in between, make sure you check out our voting form where you can submit a score, select top tracks, and submit a review for a chance to be featured. Lastly, check out our previous video where Dev covered some news, stories, and music that happened over the past week or so, and thank you so much for watching.